presenter. I know my next guest is around the corner here, Amara Berry with Brown University and the Sparkle program should be right, and you are sparkling.
Hi.
Thanks for coming in today.
Thanks so much for having me.
I appreciate your coming in. I know it's a busy time right now with the summer.
It is. We're just starting summer camp.
So talk with us a little bit about this. I've seen what you've been up to. Folks reached out to me. STEM education in girls, and specifically the Sparkle program.
Sure.
And how you started it, and who it involves.
Okay, great. So when I was failing physics in high school, my teacher told me that he thought I should go to beauty school instead of college. So when I started my physics degree at Brown, his words kind of haunted me a little bit, because what if I should have gone to beauty school instead? Fewer than a third of all American scientists are women. Fewer than 10% of them are African American, Native American, or Latinx. So it's really about making sure that we know that every kid knows that they can be brilliant, that they can be a scientist too. And that's our goal, is to, so we do that by teaching them college-level math and science topics, and we want to make problem-solving fun for all kids.
So talk with us. You brought up a little interesting point. You weren't doing well with physics. How did you go from not doing well with physics to concentrating in physics at Brown?
You know, I think it's all about how many hours of practice you're putting in. And I was definitely really far behind, but I tend to like a challenge, so that worked in my favor. And that's why we start at the Sparkle program in elementary school. If it takes 10,000 hours to master something, those hours can't start in high school. You're already so far behind at that point. So it's just about taking it step by step. I did a lot of self-study, and I just really liked the challenge of it, so I just kept going.
Okay, so talk with us about the Sparkle program. You're a student at Brown. You saw the need. People say the best entrepreneurs and inventors, they see the need and how to solve the problem.
Right.
So when did this idea of we need to get into the elementary schools, we need to make this fun for kids at a younger age? So talk with us about how the Sparkle program started, and then we'll get to where it is today.
Sure. So it stands for Science, Projects, Art, and Robotics for Kids to Learn Everywhere, Sparkle. And I started it 3 years ago. I was working at a homeschooling co-op, and we were teaching elementary students. We were allowed to teach them anything we wanted. So I tried teaching them physics equations just out of curiosity, and they did really well with it. And so that got me thinking about maybe we're not challenging kids as much as we could be, even at a young age, and maybe we're underestimating what they're capable of intellectually. And that's kind of how the Sparkle program started. There were a lot of kids who were interested in building things and breaking things and learning the equations and learning why things explode or melt or fall apart. And we take those whys and we turn them into lesson plans. And now we're here, in our our fourth summer. It's been a blast.
So folks are watching right now and they say, wow, this is really would love Amara to be a role model for my son or my daughter in the Sparkle program. Talk with us about the nuts and bolts. I mean, how do folks even learn more about it, and then what's the construct?
Definitely. So check out our website, www.sparkleprogram.com, and you can find the location you're interested in. We still have spaces at our Providence location at Brown University, and it's my favorite location. In all honesty, it's one of the most interesting ones because we get to use the labs at Brown and all the resources at Brown and Brown students as our teachers. If you're interested in joining us this summer, we do still have spaces in Providence, and you can give us a call or shoot us an email. We have listings of what each session entails, so every session lasts for 2 weeks, but you can do a half week. We know that families are busy.
Yep.
Summer is all about fitting all of the different camps together.
Yes, piecing it. And the age groups, who is this targeted towards?
Ages 5 to 15. So, most kids are eligible to join our program. If you've been in our program before and you're older than 15, you can come back as an intern.
Ah, you can come back as an intern and help kids learn more what's going on. So talk to us, what's a typical day in the Sparkle program? I know you there's different, focuses for each segment, so I'm not trying to rashly generalize, but if a student or a family is interested, what's a typical day look like?
So we're open at 8 a.m. You can come as early as 7. If you talk to us ahead of time, we know how busy working parents are. From 8 to 9, the kids have free time, and we just kind of hang out with them and catch up with them. At 9 o'clock, they do yoga or Zumba or creative movement or something to get them to calm down a little before we start doing our group lessons and then projects. So we'll do 3 to 4 projects a day in small groups, about 5 kids at a time, with one advisor, one adult. And that adult is in charge of making sure that each student that they have in their group is learning something new every day through each project, and that they're engaged through each project. Then after lunch, we do projects around campus or adventures around campus. It could be anything from playing Capture the Flag to touring the virtual reality lab at Brown. And that's kind of how our day wraps up. We're open until 4 p.m. or as late as 7 p.m. for working parents. Again, we have a lot of working parents on our board, so we made sure that we wanted to make it convenient for families. And I've worked at summer camps that end at noon or 3 p.m. and I always wondered what you do with the work. What are you supposed to do?
What do working parents do after that?
If you work from 9 to 5 and camp opens at 9 also, then you're definitely going to be late for work every day. So we're open at 8.
So, student of physics at Brown, but very interested in education.
Yeah.
So, what's life look like for you at post-Brown?
Oh, this is the $1 million question.
It is the $1 million question.
I would love to get my PhD in physics, specifically in theoretical cosmology. I'm many years away from starting on that path at this point.
Theoretical
cosmology.
Cosmology, in layman's terms.
Astrophysics. The stars.
As someone, I'm like, I have nightmares, I'm back. I'm like,
oh no.
Yeah, no, I do. But that's what, you want to get the young people to, again, get involved. Make it practical, make it fun.
And demystify it so there's no anxiety about it, and there's hopefully no physics teachers in high school telling you to go to beauty school instead.
Have you ever contacted that teacher back and be like, look where I am now?
My 5-year reunion for high school is next year, and I can't wait to tell them what my research has been on.
How fantastic with the Sparkle program. So, you want to stay in academia. Do you eventually want to, stay in the university world?
Only 64 Black women have ever gotten their PhDs in physics or applied math, so I want to be 65.
Wow.
So that's my goal, to be like a hidden figure. I would love to do research, maybe at a university, maybe at a place like NASA. I just want to keep my head in the stars.
Head in the stars, I love it. And I'm hoping that, if you go elsewhere for some additional schooling, that maybe you think about coming back to Rhode Island.
Oh my gosh, no, I love Rhode Island. I'm married to this state. I've lived here 5 years, and I don't see myself ever leaving. So I have the Rhode Island mentality already.
We like it because we're always trying to keep the best and the brightest here in Rhode Island.
Exactly.
I know in academia you have to go around to go see other.
That's true.
That's what you kind of make the path of where you want to end up eventually. But with the Sparkle program, do you think education will still be a part of your life and moving forward?
Absolutely. Education will always be a part of my life, and I think that there should always be talented scientists and people with higher degrees working at the lower levels of education. So that's always going to be something I care about, and developing the program and making sure it's in good hands one day in the future will always be something I'm thinking about.
Now, quick question for you. You said the Sparkle program at Brown has openings. Where are there other locations?
We're in Barrington, we had a location in Boston, and we have limited spots in Newton.
Okay, so you're regional.
We are.
Broached out beyond the Rhode Island confines.
That's right.
But there's spots at Brown University if your child is between the ages of 5 and 15. And you said the programs are 2 weeks?
Yeah, we have 2-week sessions. You can come for 1 week. The first 2 weeks, this week and next week, are physics. The next 2 weeks are mechanical engineering and robotics. And then we have biology, and then chemistry.
I feel like I should go to one of these. Get a little refresher course and all things science and physics. But it's a great program. Again, the best and the brightest at Brown. Getting out there, getting the kids to come in, make learning fun, make STEM learning, because it's just so important. Folks probably hear it all the time. It's such a buzzword, STEM. But how important is it that kids are equipped with these skills, because it can be applied anywhere?
Right, that's right. So we know 82% of middle school to college students can't tell real news from fake news, according to a study by Stanford. So this isn't just about becoming a better scientist. This is a life skill. If you've taken one college-level math class, you're less likely to default on your mortgage. So it's about making sure that kids can tell the difference between real news and fake news, that they can solve problems. You want your future leaders to be as good at problem solving as your future researchers.
Very true. Amara Berry, I'm so glad you were able to come in today to talk about the Sparkle program.
I appreciate it.
Do you always wear sparkly stuff to
Yeah. Yes. Sparkle is my favorite color is sparkle.
So how did you come up with the name?
I wanted to call it the Sparkle program before we came up with the acronym. I'm going to be honest.
You're thinking, that's problem solving, fitting the words to...
Right, so we were like, science, and then we just figured it out from there.
Now remind me again, what's the list?
Science, projects, art, and robotics for kids to learn everywhere.
Okay, the Sparkle program at Brown University still has openings for kids through the ages of 5 to 15. Amara, thank you so much for coming in today. I really appreciate it. I'll let you go back out into the beautiful day outside. It is